Up first here, crypto-associated stocks hammered as Coin and Hood dropped to record lows. Cryptocurrency media continues to be filled with negative stories, and the Terra ecosystem's collapse was the biggest news of May 12th. Blockchain startup and cryptocurrency mining companies have seen sharp declines in their stock prices alongside the weakness in the equities market. The current pullback in the price of Bitcoin mining stocks can't be solely attributed to Terra's implosion. The truth is that the price of Bitcoin mining stocks has largely mirrored the performance of BTC since reaching a peak in November 2020. The price of these stocks is likely to struggle as long as Bitcoin continues to fall in the face of multiple headwinds, including rising interest rates, inflation, and global conflict. It's not just Bitcoin mining stocks that have been feeling the heat in May. All manner of companies with any kind of association with cryptocurrencies have been feeling the pressure. Coinbase coin stock prices plummeted following the release of statements that projected a continued decline in active users and trading volume. The price reached an all-time low of $41.23 early on May 12th. Here you can see a bunch of different coins, BTC USDT versus Riot, Hut, Mara, and BITF chart. Up here this is the Jared Mellerud. Bitcoin mining stocks continue to bleed. Yeah, everything just headed down. Robinhood stock price plummeted also to a new all-time low of $7.73 on May 12th after the company revealed that its crypto transaction revenue fell 39% year over year in Q1 from $88 million in 2021 to $54 million in 2022. While Robinhood is not exclusively a crypto exchange, approximately 18% of its Q1 net revenue came from crypto-related transactions. This is significant when comparing the size of the crypto market to the other markets supported on the platform. Cryptocurrency-related stocks are falling, along with most other stocks, as the financial markets experience widespread weakness. This is especially noticeable in the tech sector, which has seen a number of high-profile companies falter in recent weeks. The tech sector is overvalued and volatile. Several years of optimistic projections and quantitative easing have resulted in an industry that throws fits if earnings fall below expectations. FANG stocks were once the stars of the stock market, but they have since led the market lower. The Nasdaq was dragged down by their poor performance in April, which was its worst month since the 2008 financial crisis. That's pretty scary. The Nasdaq Composite Index continued to experience losses in May, with the benchmark index falling 9.15% to its lowest level since November of 2020. And here is that Nasdaq Composite one-day chart from TradingView. That's pretty scary, but also, I definitely believe we're headed into a recession, so not too surprising. Up next here, Germany outlines favorable tax guidelines. Gains on BTC and ETH sold after a year tax-free. The Federal Ministry of Finance, BaFin, published a 24-page document outlining clear income tax rules for cryptocurrency and virtual assets. This gives tax practitioners, businesses, and individual taxpayers a clear understanding of the tax requirements for acquiring, trading, and selling cryptocurrencies. Individuals who sell BTC or ETH more than 12 months after acquisition will not be liable for taxes on the sale if they realize a profit. Parliamentary State Secretary Katja Hessel also addressed questions around the long-term staking of cryptocurrencies. German authorities called on business institutions and individuals in mid-2021 to provide input on tax considerations related to the use of cryptocurrencies, staking, and lending protocols. That is pretty cool. I think it's definitely needed. It's in Germany now, so hopefully it comes to the US, so we have clear guidelines on what the regulations for taxpayers will be. One focal point was a specific clause in the Germany Income Tax Act that states the windfall of any asset that is sold after a year since its acquisition is tax-free. Many people doubted that lending or staking virtual assets would lead to an extension of the period within which a private sale of the virtual currency used for this purpose is taxable. The German Finance Ministry stated that the 10-year period does not apply to cryptocurrencies. In addition, Bitcoin miners that hold their BTC for over a year will be exempt from taxes. The Federal Ministry of Finance plans to release more information on the use and trade of cryptocurrencies. Germany has been proactive when it comes to regulating cryptocurrencies. In 2019, the country adopted a national blockchain strategy. This requires service providers such as exchanges and custody platforms to obtain licenses from BaFin starting in 2020. This ensures that the cryptocurrency sector operates to the same high standards as conventional financial service providers. Germany has released favorable tax guidelines for cryptocurrency holders in the country, with the profits of long-term Bitcoin and Ether holders tax-free. Cryptocurrency investors will be able to keep profits from their digital asset investments tax-free as long as they hold the assets for more than a year. So that is pretty cool. I mean, that sounds good. I hope that other countries adopt this type of positive pro-crypto tax stance. It doesn't seem likely just due to the fact of, how high capital gains tax is here in the US, which, in this, they don't talk much about that, like being considered. It doesn't seem like it, if you hold it more than a year, it's tax free. So that would be pretty cool if the US got on board with that. Up next here, Chainalysis announces $170 million funding round platform now valued at $8.6 billion. Chainalysis, a blockchain analytics provider, has announced its $170 million Series F funding round. The fresh funding succeeded its $100 million raise back in June 2021 and more than doubly exceeded its valuation of $4.2 billion at the same time. The raise was led by Singaporean sovereign wealth fund GIC and further participated in by investors Excel, who previously led Chainalysis' $30 million Series B round in 2019, as well as Blackstone, Dragoneer, and Funders Club. Bank of New York Mellon and Emergence Capital also participated in the round as first entries. The company has announced that it will be using the raised funds to enhance product innovation and expand global operations. This will be done by developing the customer base of 750 corporations across 70 countries. Chainalysis is a software company that provides services to global corporations and governments. They are known for their reports on the decentralized finance sector. These reports are often focused on financial security. Chainalysis has recently become a member of the Crypto Market Integrity Coalition alongside Coinbase, BitMEX, and Huobi Tech. Pretty interesting. Here is their tweet where they announced that Series F financing. This coalition is dedicated to promoting security and compliance within the cryptocurrency sector. Chainalysis has shown resilience in the current market correction and is a valuable resource for maintaining the integrity of the cryptocurrency market. Chainalysis' most recent development was the introduction of an on-chain oracle screening software. This tool helps crypto exchanges identify malicious wallets and transactions, making it easier to keep track of suspicious activity. API functionality will soon be available to help exchanges prevent fraud by blocking wallet addresses that are sanctioned by authorities. This will help protect the space from criminal activities. So that is pretty cool. It's always neat to see, who's trying to fight fraud, what they're doing about it, why they think their platform is going to be different or help it in any way better than others. So hopefully that works, because there is a lot of fraud and hacking that goes on in this space, not unlike things that go on outside of the crypto space. So don't get wrapped up on that. Up next, Apecoin. We haven't heard about them in a while. They rebounded after Ape price crashed 80% in 2 weeks. Dead cat bounce or bottom. Apecoin has seen a sharp recovery in the past few days after hitting its lowest level in 2 months. However, given its strong correlation with Bitcoin and U.S. equities amid macro risks, more losses could be in store for the coin. Ape rebounded by nearly 45% to $7.30. The upside retracement move came after Ape dropped circa 81% to $5 on May 11th from its record high near $27.50 established on April 28th. The crypto market saw some chaotic price action this week, with the value of Terra USD plunging to 23 cents earlier this week. The Federal Reserve's hawkish response to rising inflation was responsible for the volatility. Apecoin is steadily dropping in value while Bitcoin is testing multi-year lows. The correlation coefficient between the two cryptocurrencies is around 0.90, meaning they're trading nearly in tandem. Ape is holding above $5.82, which coincides with the 0.786 fib line of the Fibonacci retracement graph sketched from the 97-cent swing low to the $23.65 swing high. Meanwhile, the token's daily relative strength index's reading is just above its oversold threshold level of 30, which is a buy signal. If the current downtrend in prices continues, Ape could rebound to $9.63, the 0.618 fib line, as its near-term upside target. Conversely, if the support is broken, it could mean that the price has reversed and is heading down, which would confirm that the recent uptick was just a short-term correction. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys hold Apecoin? Are you bullish or bearish on it? What do you guys think? Do you think it's long-term gains? Do you think not? I'm interested to know. Vitalik donates $4 million to Uni of NSW for pandemic detection tool. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin donated $4 million worth of USDC to the University of New South Wales to help develop a pandemic detection tool. Buterin has announced that he is donating $5.3 million worth of Aussie dollars to help with the COVID pandemic. This is part of a self-described moonshot anti-COVID effort dubbed Balvi Philanthropic Fund, in partnership with the Shiba Inu meme coin project and Crypto Relief. The funds will be used to develop the EpiWatch tool, which uses artificial intelligence and open source data to create early pandemic warning signs. This new online tool was created by Kirby Institute professor and biosecurity research head Raina McIntyre. It scans millions of items of publicly available online data, including social media and news reports, to detect any changes that could suggest increasing health concerns. Buterin emphasized the importance of sharing data in a decentralized and open manner to speed up pandemic detection. Open analysis of public data is an excellent alternative to more intrusive forms of monitoring, which are often only available to governments and other high bidders. He added that an open source and open access approach allows researchers to work collaboratively and can more easily improve and scale to detect new pandemics. The funding will be allocated to the Shiba Inu Open Source Intelligence (OSINT) initiative led by UNSW's Kirby Institute. According to Professor McIntyre, the goal is to make the tool accessible at a local level and cover enough languages to reach villages and small towns around the world. That is pretty interesting. Here they tweet out about it. This month, the Balvi Philanthropic Fund donated money to various projects and organizations working on COVID and pandemic prevention technology. This is the fund's first round of financial support for such projects. There were 4 recipients in total for the first round of grants, including the open source vaccine development RADVAC project, the Upper Room UVGI project working on UV lamps that zap viruses to death, Active IAQ's air filter initiative, and Patient-Led's long COVID symptom research. It's pretty interesting. It's going like pretty in depth. It's crazy that, you know, a private funding like from Vitalik could seemingly do more research than our whole medical field put together, you know, based on this technology and the things that they're trying to use. So hopefully that is a positive and that helps people out. And last but not least here, TZ Apex Colin Miles. Blockchain will be taught in classrooms in 3 to 5 years. TZ Apex new CEO Colin Miles believes that blockchain and Web 3.0 will become a big part of secondary and tertiary education in the next few years. He expects this to happen in the next 3 to 5 years. Miles recently spoke about TZ Apex partnership with the National University of Singapore School of Computing. The new Center for Nurturing Computing Excellence will be supported by the Tezos agency. Currently, NUS offers a course in blockchain that is aimed at people of all levels, from beginners to CEOs and mid-level managers. Other well-known universities that offer courses in blockchain include Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Harvard University, Oxford University, Cornell University, and University of California, Berkeley. He said that this trend will become a mainstay and that it was important for educational institutions to help their students gear up for the change. TZ APAC is a blockchain adoption entity that supports the Tezos ecosystem. Tezos is a proof-of-stake blockchain launched in 2018 as a platform for smart contracts. Tezos Asia Pacific, or the TZ APAC, has partnered with a number of universities in order to create a blockchain developer curriculum. The program will offer classes, workshops, and other practicals that will educate students about the Tezos blockchain. TZ APAC will provide a grant to the university to support the administrative costs of running courses for undergraduate, postgraduate, and PhD courses. Miles said that the grant will also help fund students' final year projects. Pretty interesting. There they tweeted out about TZ APAC. You can read more about it with that link. Cryptocurrency education has been gaining traction in Singapore, with the country taking the lead in terms of implementing measures to educate citizens. Compared against other Asia-Pacific countries, Singapore is way ahead in this regard. They're probably way ahead of us in the United States as well. The new center, led by Associate Professor Tan Sun Tek from NUS Computing, will give students an avenue to learn directly from experts in the field of blockchain technology, cloud computing, and data science. If you're interested in getting into some of these programs or want, definitely keep an eye out. Some of the schools that they mentioned, see if, they have courses that you are interested in taking, because we need good minds coming in the space. This program offers great opportunities for students as they will be able to learn from experienced professionals. Professor Tan remarked that this partnership will be beneficial for students as they can learn a critical point in their education. Miles said that partnering with universities, academies, and schools around the region is one of the key methods used by TZ APAC to drive adoption of the Tezos blockchain. That is pretty cool. I mean, I definitely don't think that he's wrong. I think it's coming. I think that there is more and more being taught on crypto, being taught on blockchain, being taught on decentralization. Our kids are going to grow up in a totally different society, totally more digital than we grew up in. And it's just going to be getting more and more involved as they get older. So it's important to learn about it now, no matter what your age is. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment on what you want to see in a future video, and we'll see you next time.